Good day, everyone. I'm very glad that I was able to work on this tutorial. It has not been easy. So thank Almighty God for giving me the opportunity and grace to do so. Alright, we'll be looking at introduction to graphic design. After that, we're going to be looking at some areas of graphic design, that is the elements and principles of design, which are one of the basic fundamentals you as a designer must understand and also utilize for you to be able to judiciously produce good graphics designs. Let's look at the definition of graphic design. I'll say here, graphic design combines text and images to communicate ideas. So the basic work of graphic design is to communicate ideas using text and images. Text means alphabets, numbers, symbols has to do with images. So now these alphabets and numbers does not specifically mean English language. It could be French, it could be Arabic, it could be Hausa, it could be any language at all, as far as they have written form of communication. And so this is a visual communication. Now, it also involves creativity, problem solving, and practical application. So it's not just communicating ideas, but you have to be creative in communicating the idea. Your idea must be solving a problem. So whatever design you are asked to do is because they need something and they can't offer it, which you have to offer. So you are solving a problem for somebody. You cannot do graphic design and you are just doing it without solving any problem. So if you are learning graphic design currently, you are actually learning graphic design to solve a problem tomorrow. Also, it is used in various media like advertising, branding, and digital art. So before now, we'll be only doing advertisement. You see artists going to use paint, cut stencils to do banner for you. Now that has gone extinct. People hardly do that except in rural areas. Then branding. You want people to come and brand your shop or brand your business, creating a logo, printing on shirts for you and the rest. Whatever has to do with design at all, it's under graphic design. And then digital art, which is recent, where people create artworks digitally. They don't use pencil and paper anymore, or paint and brushes with canvas to paint, but they do what they create these designs, these paintings, these artworks digitally. Even 3D arts, they create them digitally. That is why today, if you use ChatGPT or Meta AI, you have a business name, you write your business and say, Meta AI, please create a logo for my business. The title of my business or the name of my business is this and this and this. Meta AI will create that image for you of the logo. If you don't know how to, if you don't like what you see, you can also as well tweak some things and give it the right prompts, and you are good to go. So this is basically what graphic design means. Now, to understand it better, it refers to visual elements like art and imagination. Just like artworks, where somebody paints a picture, just be wondering, wow, look at this. That's also same thing with graphic design. It also involves planning the look and function of something. So something that like this has to do with branding. Someone has a company that produces yogurt. You are meant as a person to create a design for them, to do branding for them. You are meant to produce a design that will suit that product that you are selling, not what you want, or the product that you are selling. So this design involves planning the look and functions. So how that business is supposed to look, that's how you're going to design their branding stuffs and the rest. So together they form the foundation of graphic design. All of these things I'm talking about, they form the foundation. These are just the basics. These are just the basics of graphic design. So now, what are the visual elements of graphic design? Elements of design means the things that make up a design, the things that you can see that make up a design. And here we have the key visual elements include line, color, shape, texture, space, form, typography. Now, these 7 items are listed from line to typography, are going to be also discussed in other slides. But this is for you to know that yes, we have 7 elements, visual elements of graphic design. Now, the design principles guide the arrangement of visual elements. So it's just like you buying a car and knowing the parts of the car. You already know the parts of this car. You bought a car, you know the parts of this car. But how to use the car is a problem. So principles of design or design principles are the guidelines for you to utilize the elements. So because you are able to get Maggi and salt and pepper and oil and the rest, doesn't mean that you're a good cook, even if you know how to switch on the gas. So but you need a good cook that will guide you on how to cook them or how to cook whatever you've bought. So these elements of art are the basic things, visual things we must see to make an artwork. Now, however, you need principles, you need guidelines to do so. That is why in art we say it is impossible to create a work of art without using at least one element of art. So just imagine a blank paper given to you and somebody calls it an artwork. It is not. Until there is at least one element of art. Let's say the person just drew a line, and line is an element of art. Will you now call that design an artwork or graphic design? Yes, because it has at least one element. So the principles are contrast, hierarchy, arrangement, balance, proximity, repetition, simplicity, function. But for the sake of these tutorials, I will just take few of them in our next teachings. So, graphic design versus art. People should not confuse graphic design and art. Like I was with someone and we were talking about graphic design. So when we were discussing, he was talking of digital arts and the rest. Now, digital art is different from graphic design. You understand? We shouldn't confuse artworks with graphic design. Graphic design are basically computer works, while art are manual ones. There are also graphic design that are done manually. We categorize them also under graphic design, but art is specifically for beautification, mainly for beautification. However, graphic design is not just drawing or painting. It focuses on organizing information for communication. So graphic design is aimed towards communication. Even if you go into graphic design to produce let's say a greeting card, it's actually a communication. Whatever we want to use graphic design for is basically for communication. Artistic expression and practical application work together. Now, one of the similarities between graphic design and art is that expressions that you make, the things you do, the practicals you embark on, they work together, just like graphic design and art. Whatever you want to achieve in graphic design, the motive behind the same motive that is going on also to someone who is producing that work. So I am being paid to design a banner, while in another way somebody has paid me to paint a picture for him or her. Now, this is why it says artistic expression and practical application work together. This artistic, whatever you want to express yourself, whatever you want to do, the practical application must work hand in hand. If not, you can't produce even anything at all. So technology has expanded the possibility of graphic design, e.g. artificial intelligence, graphic and image generators like Microsoft AI image generator and Meta AI. Like I told you earlier, if you just want to search for anything on Meta AI or ChatGPT, you begin to hear some kind of background talks or background noise. That's because I've not even now, the last one is technology. Technology has expanded the possibility of graphic design. Technology has gone far to the extent that there are things that Ordinarily, it will take someone some hours to produce, but because of technology, just like AI, graphic design image generators like Microsoft AI, image generator and Meta AI, they've taken over some things. Now I don't rack my brain to look for what to do. When someone say produce an artwork that looks like this, I'll just go on AI and search it. That's one of the things that technology has done. So with the expansion of technology, there are so many possibilities for graphic designers. Whatever you need to do as a graphic designer, you can achieve it within hours. You can achieve it within hours, except you are very, 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 very busy. AI has made everything easy for us. You're looking for a kind of structure or design and you don't see it online on Google. Go on AI and make a prompt that will produce that for you. And as you train your AI, you're going to get familiar to how you ask questions. Now let's look at how you can apply graphic design. That is application of graphic design. So now graphic design is used in advertising, branding, web design, motion graphics, infographics, packaging. So this is just a list that you can just please search online. If you don't know any one of them, search online to get understanding of what it is. In the next slide, we are looking at the impact of graphic design. Graphic design shapes culture and influences society. Graphic design helps in preserving so many cultures because of what? In one way or the other, you want to do cultural day, you need a graphic designer to create a banner for you with your cultural attires. And when they are done for that way, they still keep that graphic design work in their houses so that it will be like a remembrance for them. So graphic design has shaped our culture and also influenced society. It has a way of affecting society. So many people now can access some tools to use for making graphic design easily because of what? Technology. So it can educate, inspire, and inform. There are so many things I learned through graphic design, and it's not as if it came intentionally. Most of them were unintentionally. I had to learn patience, how to be patient, because graphic design has to humble you, because you need to take your time to do the work. You need to be at the right state of mind to do the work. So but if you are too busy, you are too this, you are too that, graphic design won't work for you at all. So it also plays a significant role in commercial communication. So whatever that has to do with business, you want to relate to people, people will pay you as a graphic designer to create maybe let's say a banner. Some people have meeting, and most of their members that come for the meeting don't really know all of them, and they need to communicate to these people. What do? They create banner, and they will come to you to create that banner. So this is one of the impact. It plays a significant role in commercial communication. Whatever it is that to do with business, you see business is doing something, they do one big banner to promote their business. They are doing it just to promote their business, and they're really gaining a lot. So balancing art and function. So we want to look at the functions also. Graphic design unites artistic expression with practical needs. Graphic designers must balance creativity with functionality. Don't just be creative. Let the thing serve its function. Let the thing serve its function. Whatever you're designing, let that design serve its function. This harmony leads to effective visual communication. So now when you combine various elements in art or in design, it actually brings harmony, it brings unity. So when somebody sees it, you see like it is perfect. That's because there was harmony, there was synergy in designing or creating that stuff. So whatever we need to do, make sure that your elements harmonize. Not that one design, one element is more, is appearing more than the other one. It is very, very wrong. So for those that want to pursue career in design, pursuing a career in graphic design involves various sectors. Graphic design is wide, so you need to be careful on which one you choose, whether you want to do it for hobby or for whatever. But the skills in visual elements and design principles are very essential. If you want to be a graphic designer, you must make sure you are familiar with with the elements and principles of design. Without that, you can do nothing. So you have to continue learning and adapting to technology. You have to continue learning. Whenever you see something happening, try to know how to do it. It will greatly help. Apart from having career prospects in whatever subject, now, what is the future of graphic design? So now we're going to be looking at the future of graphic design. Graphic design will continue to evolve with technology, because as technology grows, graphic design will continue to grow. I don't need to explain much on that. The new media and tools will shape the future practices. Now, this is this. There are things that we are trying to do on Canva, for instance, and we're not able to do it, and it's because we are lacking something. However, as technology grows, those things are being modified and to meet up to whatever we need. So designers must always stay updated with trends and techniques. You shouldn't just say that I'm a graphic designer, I'm a graphic designer. You need to learn something. You need to go out. You need to see other people. Some people give you work, hand it over to a graphic design friend that you have, who will scrutinize it and send it back to you. It is very, 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 very important to do so. So thank you. We've come to the end of this section. Please make sure you revise it again, as I'll be sending the second video, the next video. So pay attention and stay tuned. Thank you. Bye bye.